Hi everyone and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. So first order of business real fast. Hi ECAT. ECAT, do you want to say hi real fast while I'm saying the first order of business? First order of business is the videos haven't been showing up when I put them on public, and I'm not sure why. So I am double and triple checking to make sure videos I know I put on public actually save the option and go on public. The first time, yeah, I was like, ooh, I made a mistake. But the second and third time it happened, I was like, wait, I know I put those on public. So something was happening on YouTube's end or my iPad's end. But I will be double and triple checking that to make sure that videos go up on time. And also, second order of business, I went to a women's march, a sister march here in New Jersey on Saturday, and it was an amazing experience. And I'm thinking of putting together a little video so you could see like my point of view, and like if you weren't able to go or didn't want to go, you can kind of see what it was about. And also, if you went to a women's march, there was at least 3 million people. So statistically, at least one of you out there probably went. Comment and let me know where did you march at, and we can woo together because it was such an amazing experience, and it just I can't explain it. It was just so it was such a healing moment and invigorating, and I feel like I could go back and watch like the video I did after Election Day with like a new perspective. But in any event, let's get to General Hospital because that's what this video is about. So in Faden's room, that's Finn and Hayden. I don't know if I gave them that name. I probably wasn't the first. I didn't like get it from anywhere, but if someone else came up with that name before me, I'll credit to them. But yay, Hayden, I'm so happy. I love them together. So needless to say, they're very, very, very happy together. And he says that this is the beginning of their time together. And when she goes to take a shower, he takes the drugs out of the nightstand and she catches him. So she asks what's happening, and he says that it's taking longer for the infection to leave him, but there's nothing to worry about. It's on its way out. Don't worry, Hayden, I love you, woo! At the floating rib. We haven't been here in a while, and also Elizabeth is calling Franco. He's not answering, obviously, because he's MIA. Brad comes up to her, and I'm like, hi, Brad, haven't seen you in a hot second. He tells her Monica is also looking for Franco, and also, yeah, the police are looking for him, too. And then Lucas calls him, so he has to, go away. Finn and Hayden arrive there. They run into Brad, and he's happy for them, and Hayden mentions, Brad, make sure Finn takes his last few doses. Oops. So she wants to play pool, and they're going to both be back at General Hospital soon. Brad wants to apply for grants to work on the serum together, and she's going to go get them a pool table. All good. So now it's just him and Brad asks Finn why he's lying to Hayden. At Jean's, Scott's asking the bartender about Alexis, and Elizabeth calls Scott and says Franco's missing, and he tells her to meet him there. So Elizabeth arrives and notices Franco's cars in the parking lot. Scott didn't notice that, and she wants to call the police. But apparently, the police found Tom Baker's DNA on a dog crate in Franco's art studio, so they want to talk to him. So Scott's concerned that the police will think that Franco's on the run, so calling them wouldn't be the wisest decision. In the honeymoon suite, remember Nathan and Maxie got married? I'm so happy. Also, I have guessing game announcements to make. Where's my calendar? I don't know, but I have that to make. Here, when this recap's over, so stay tuned. Anyway, so they're in their honeymoon suite or whatever. They're so happy, and I'm happy, and nothing can make me unhappy yet. I'm just kidding. There's a presents there, and it's presents that Nathan got for Maxie, and I'm like, oh, my poor little cold heart. Oh, just so nice. And she wants to wait to open them, honeymoon stuff. So he even stocked the night table with her favorite cookies, and I'm like, okay, that's adorable. So now it's present time. He got her this new purse that, like, she's had her eye on, and, like, it's leather, and I don't know, she loves it a lot. Just kind of looks kind of average to me, but I'm not a purse person, so what are you going to do? I got a Michael Kors purse back in, like, 2010 with, like, gold handles, and the gold has since worn off, so I'm sad. So I just don't look at purses the same ever again. So, but this is a purse she really wanted, and there's more. And he got her this necklace, and it's like super fancy. Turns out it's vintage and belonged to his grandmother or great-grandmother. I think he said grandmother. I don't know. My internet's wonky because we're in like a high wind storm deal right now. So I didn't want to go back because then the whole thing would buffer, and who knows if I would ever get the feed back. Turns out his grandmother or great-grandmother was like a high society person, and this was hers, so it means it's a family heirloom. Maxie wishes she had a present for him that's equally wonderful, but she does have a present for him that she had her mother like sneak up into there because, you know, the surprise wedding. It's not super wrapped, but she hopes he'll understand. It's a baseball from the first Yankee game he went to. He had told her the story, and it's signed by Derek Jeter to Floyd, but, you know, what are you gonna do? And, like, he told her the story back when they were handcuffed together, and, like, she remembered it, and it's just, like, super meaningful. And Derek Jeter waved to me, but that's neither here nor there. It's just something I like to add in there every time I hear Derek Jeter's name, you know, that he waved to me, like, literally to me, because I waved to him, he waved to me. It was this whole thing. Anyway, at the terrace, outside the Metro Court, we're kind of recapping Anna's memory. It was her birthday. Valentine was in her room at the academy. He tried to kiss her. So Anna tells Andre and Griffin to leave, and Griffin doesn't want to leave, and Andre says, yes, we must. Go, go. Turns out Valentine was an analyst when she was training to be a field agent. She doesn't remember much about him, only that he looked different. And he's like, that's a nice way of saying it. He says he's changed so much because of her. He seemed to have had, like, his face looked different. Like, I don't want to say, like, okay, so he did have scoliosis, so he did hold himself differently, obviously. But, like, there was something with his face, too. Like, I wouldn't say, like, it was burned, but it just, there was just, and I wouldn't even say disfigurement. It almost maybe, like, scarring on this side of his face. I don't know, like, how to put it. He looks so different, just in general, how they have him all made up. So he feels that she recoiled out of disgust, and she says she was just taken off guard by his advances. She didn't know he wanted more from her because they were friends, you know. He decided to remake himself because he felt he was only used for his knowledge and nobody wanted to get close to him or really cared about him. Which, that's fair. And he got scoliosis surgery that wound up saving his life, which is nice. I'm happy for him. His whole remaking of himself started in her room, and her rejection helped him more than any of her friendship would have. And I'm like, okay, that just seems like you're lashing out a little. In the closet, you know, Lulu tells Charlotte she's her mother. And we waited all weekend to see what would happen here. What happened is Charlotte says, no, you're not. And I was like, I waited a whole weekend for this. I'm glad I had something to do over this weekend. So she says, you know, of course that Charlotte's sad that Claudette's gone. You know, she was the only mother she knew. And there's still a lot of people out here who love her. She does. Dante does. Her brother, Rocco. And she can come to her house anytime and play with Rocco. And then Charlotte runs out of the room and, like, slams the door so hard it jams. And now Lulu's locked in the closet by accident. And I recently watched the whole Trapped in the Closet series, at least what it goes up to, otherwise you have to pay, and I'm like, no. So I'm kind of having flashbacks here, and then, like, kind of just picturing this whole thing, and I want to watch Trapped in the Closet again, and oh, so much. Anyway, Lulu wonders how she's going to get out, because, and she looks up, and I was like, are you going in a ceiling vent? And we'll get back to that. So in, like, the reception area of the Metro Court, Nina is slicing off a piece of cake for Charlotte. Dante wants to talk with her. He and their family are part of Charlotte's life, but Nina sees Lulu as selfish, which, like, I don't know. Even if she is being selfish, I just don't feel like Nina's the one that has the right to that judgment. But, you know, that's just me. Dante wonders where Lulu is, by the way. Her phone's still in her clutch in the reception room. Charlotte comes running in, and Nina asks where Valentine is because she was under the impression they were together. And Charlotte says Lulu said that she's her mom. And Nina tells her not to worry about it and hugs her. And I was like, this is not going to go well. So then Valentine comes in from the terrace, and Charlottine. I just called her Charlottine. Okay, Charlotte tells Valentine that she's upset. She heard what Griffin said about him killing her mom. And Valentine says it's a lie. And, you know, Griffin's just very angry. And Charlotte says that she hates Griffin. And Valentine says, no, we don't hate. So I'm like, okay, that's nice. That's nice, actually. Nina says someone else upset her as well. Andre and Griffin have been having drinks. And they talk about Claudette and Valentine. And basically, Andre wants to keep Griffin's mind open to the fact that Claudette may have actually killed herself. And they also worry about Anna. So then Anna comes in and Andre gives her a drink and she checks in with Griffin. Back in the closet, Dante busts in because the bouquet's outside, and Lulu's not in there. Back in the reception part of the Metro Court, Dante's still looking for Lulu, and then there's a noise from above. Well, Lulu fell through the ceiling onto the cake. So good thing that Nina got that slice before. Anna and Dante and Griffin help her up, and she says her pride is hurt just quite a bit. She's covered in cake, and she asks Dante to help her clean up. Nina tells Charlotte to tell Valentine what Charlotte told her, and Charlotte doesn't want Lulu to be her mom, basically. So Valentine says one day they'll have a grown-up conversation about Lulu, and, but what's important, that he's her dad, and he won't let anything happen to her, and Nina loves her too, and I just have such conflicted feelings about this, because, if he hadn't, he's not a fully good person, he's really not, and I can understand where Lulu's coming from for sole custody, but, I have to sit on these feelings for a little bit. Lulu tells Dante she wanted to take away Charlotte's pain, and she wound up making it worse. She told Charlotte she was her mother, and she wanted to make her feel better, but she scared her. Personally, I feel like she rung the bell. You can't unring that bell, and it's going to give Charlotte something to think about, and I feel like good's going to come of it, and she realizes how much of strangers she and Charlotte are, and, how that could be scary for her, and, she's having some realizations now. Andre, Griffin, and Anna talk. They want to know more from her about what's going on with Valentine. She says that they were sort of friends and rejecting him changed him, but she doesn't really remember much. That night didn't mean that much to her, but Andre's seeing something different in her eyes, I think. And now end scene. So they talk about, Maxie and Nathan talk about the night they were handcuffed together, and he has another present for her, and it's handcuffs. Lulu thinks Charlotte's going to hate her forever. Dante says no, she won't, and they leave. Anna thinks Valentine came to Port Charles to get revenge against her. Scott's going to go to the police station and see if they're going to charge Franco with anything. Elizabeth asks the bartender, it's not Jean, about the guy that was murdered. She pretends to be a true crime junkie, and she asks where it happened, and he says the alley behind the back. Brad asks why Hayden thinks he's taking the serum, and then he asks if he's taking Zen. He seems genuinely concerned. He's not looking to be like, hey, you. He's, genuinely concerned. And Finn tries to shut him down, but Hayden comes over and says the pool table's ready and pulls Finn away. Elizabeth finds Franco's phone and blood in the alleyway and comes to the conclusion that something's happened to him, and I agree. Before I get into this real fast, we have another point to deck out. I saw this possible rumor that Griffin could be Anna and Dukes. I also saw that it could be a little far-fetched because, they did do, a whole miscarriage story with her, with Olivia Jerome. So what do you think? Or that she could possibly be Olivia. He could possibly be Olivia. I don't know. I just want Duke to come back and them all to be happy, but I know that's not happening, and it makes me sad, but it's a soap opera, so make it happen. We have another point to go out. So on the 20th, which we know there wasn't an episode for whatever reason, Rock Music Love guessed that there would be a secret reveal, and I have to say, there very much was, because Lulu revealed to Charlotte that she was her mother, and I think I'm counting that. And we also had the reveal about Valentine and him and Anna's connection, so 2 for right there. So I'm gonna give that. I know technically I have it Thursday, but there wasn't an episode Friday or Wednesday. What are you gonna do? And Charlotte. Oh, my mom guessed on the 18th that Charlotte would dislike Lulu. I mean, that's close, but I don't know if I'll give her the point. Do you think I should give my mom the point for that? Because Charlotte really doesn't like Lulu. And, we're close, and there wasn't an episode Friday or Wednesday. So, I mean, technically, you vote. Does my mom get the point on that one? So, in the standings, we are at 3 for Rock Music Love. You're just killing it. 1 for Bonnie Martell. A possible 1 for my mom, depending on what you guys think. And the rest of January, is fairly empty. So if you have any guesses for what you think is going to happen the last half of January, let me know, because we got plenty of spots open. There are suggestions in the description, as you know, as vague or as specific as you want to get. We have some really good suggestions that were left in the comments that I have added to the calendar. And I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.